Once again, I want to say good morning to you all.
Good morning, sir.
And welcome to this exercise. Teaching practice exercise designed for teacher training, teachers under training, and that is the essence of the program. These are students from National Open University of Nigeria. Some of them are doing their undergraduate program in education, while some are doing postgraduate diploma in education. Let us run through the basic feature of lesson planning and lesson delivery. Two components, lesson planning and lesson delivery. First of all, we talk about lesson plan. You will recall I give you the definition of teaching as a deliberate effort. And the deliberate effort there comes in when we talk of planning what you want to do before you enter the class. Lesson plan is different from lesson notes. They are not the same. It's just like when somebody wants to build a house. The first thing you will do is to get the building plan, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And the building plan will guide you on where to put the window, where to put the door, where to put the room, where to put this, where to put that. It is important that we have this in order to prevent afterthoughts. If you see a teacher who doesn't have good lesson plan, his lesson will be haphazardly delivered. He will be teaching you, he may get to the middle and remember that he ought to have said something at the beginning. And you say, sorry, I forgot to tell you. That shouldn't be. If that were to be a building, and you have reached the second floor, the decking has been done, you are now putting the walls on the second floor, and you now remember that something ought to have been done on the ground floor. What will happen? Will you pull down the building? It's as serious as that. So you must not forget anything. So plan your lesson. How do we arrive at what to teach? We have the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Inside the Constitution, we have 5 goals that Nigeria wants to achieve as a nation. 5 things. Self-reliance, egalitarian society, a land that is full of opportunity, strong economy, and the rest of them like that. Now, education now look at the goals and say, how can the education sector help in the achievement of this goal? And that was what led to the curriculum. It's from the Constitution we got our curriculum. Then the curriculum is very wide. It is only a professional that will understand the curriculum. But as you have the curriculum, you now look at a way of breaking it down. And that has been broken down to syllabus. Have you seen a syllabus before?
Yes.
Still, the syllabus is too big. You don't take the syllabus to the classroom to teach the students. The syllabus is further broken down into scheme of work. It is the scheme of work now that is used for delivery and lesson plan. Now, you have understood how we got our scheme of work. It's from the Constitution. Look at this objective that talk about egalitarian society, a land of equal opportunity for all. Which subject do you think can help us to achieve that in the school curriculum? Good. But the Constitution did not mention social studies. You won't see social studies in the Constitution. So it is further breaking down of that Constitution that led to these subjects. We talk of self-reliant nation. Which subject can help us to achieve that? All vocational, vocational, or technical subjects. So now, you see the beauty of the structure. As a teacher now, you now have the scheme. The scheme will also just tell you what they want somebody in JS1 to know. That somebody in JS1 must be able to do this. The syllabus did not break down the subject, the topics into terms, but the scheme will break down into terms. The scheme also did not break it down into what you are going to teach as a teacher day by day. You are the one that will sit down to break it down, and that is where your work begins. Your lesson plan begins from there. You have 4 periods per week to teach, and the big topic is photosynthesis. That's the big topic, photosynthesis. Now you have 4 periods to teach photosynthesis. Who will break it down for you? Yourself. That's part of it. Period 1, what will I teach? Meaning of photosynthesis. Period 2, what will I teach? Process of photosynthesis. Period 3, plants that are involved in photosynthesis. Just like that. You are planning. So when you now enter the class, period 1, there will be no issue. You know where to start and you know where to stop. Then, part of your planning is statement of your objectives. In the education system, we call it behavioral objectives. Why do we use the word behavioral? Why? Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, because at the end of the day, your teaching should bring about a permanent change, which indicates that the children will always have learned
Thank you very much.
permanent change in behavior.
You are brilliant. Thank you very much. That's it. If a change in behavior has not occurred, learning has not taken place. So meaning that when your students are entering the class to take your lesson, they have a different mindset. We expect the mindset to change when they are coming out. If that has not happened, we have not taught anything, or they have not learned anything. So change in behavior is key to teaching and learning. And that's why we call it behavioral objective. So what are those things you want them to be able to do? What are those changes that you expect from them after delivering your? You state them, but you must be very careful. How do we state our learning objective? We have some terms that we use in the education system. It is not all verbs that are acceptable. I think you know this. Do you?
Yes.
What type of verbs do we use?
Mention.
Okay. Mention, yes.
List.
List. State. Apply. Define. Good. Why do we use those verbs? And what do we call those verbs? What do we call those verbs? All verbs are action words. We call them measurable verbs. Measurable verbs. That shows that it is not all verbs that are measurable. For example, if you say by the end of the lesson, the student should be able to understand. If they understand, how do you know? How will you determine level of understanding? That is not measurable. But if you say they should be able to list, if they are able to list, would you know? Yes, you will know. Understanding is not measurable. List is measurable. So in your behavioral objective, you make sure that words that are not measurable are not used. I searched through 3 notes now and I see that they are in order. They are in order. And I'm very happy to see that in your notes. All the verbs used here in those 3 notes I went through, they are measurable. Or do you have any case of measuring verb? No one. That's good. So at the end of the lesson now, it's very easy for you to evaluate. Because already you know what you are looking for. And those things you are looking for, they are easily discernible. They are things that can easily be noticed. So it's very important. Then the third component of lesson plan is organization of your content. Of course, you know that when you are organizing your content, it should be in sequential order. Like we talk of photosynthesis as an example, will it not be inappropriate for you to teach process of photosynthesis before the meaning of photosynthesis? Which one should come first? Yes, that is organization. The way you organize the content is a key factor in determining whether your student will understand the topic or not. Why will students have problem with mathematics? Or why do they have problem with mathematics? It's because of the way mathematics teachers teach them. Mathematics is the simplest of all subjects because it is practical. It's different from government that you have to tell story they have never seen before. You want to tell them the story of the United Nations. How was it formed? When was it established? And what are the mission? The story you want to tell. But look at mathematics. You want to teach addition of numbers. It's just a matter of using practical objects that students can see and they are familiar with. But they have never seen United Nations building before. So which one is more difficult to teach now? Is it maths or all these? But our mathematics teachers, they are the problem, not the subject. If you happen to see a good mathematics teacher, you will love mathematics. I happen to have one when I was in secondary school. I love the subject because the man practicalized everything. And I saw the relevance of some of these topics. Especially today, you want to teach. I've told you this generation is money they need. And you are there talking. X plus Y plus Z equals to this minus this, bracket this minus. The question is, how will this give you money? And here you are not even able to demonstrate the relevance of the numbers. We'll come back to that. Presentation. The first component of presentation here is introduction. Teachers among us, how do you introduce your lesson? I want your experience.
I introduce it through storytelling, sometimes questions, by some demonstration.
Okay. Well, it is good to demonstrate, but we are talking of introduction. How do you introduce your lesson?
You bring something, maybe you bring something, a chart or something to show the pupils before one or two days time lesson.
Maybe
Or
like
you ask questions before coming to before introducing the lesson.
Thank you very much. Yes.
like maybe trying to know the previous knowledge of the learner, then trying to link it up with what you want to teach.
Thank you very much. The two of you are correct. There are varieties of ways of introducing your lesson. It depends on what you want to. If we adopt the entry behavior format, that means that there is no new topic under the head. There is nothing you want to teach that they've not had before. Do you agree? Yes. One way or the other, they might have heard about that thing, whether consciously or unconsciously. But where they have heard of it is what you may not know, and sometimes you may know it. What of if that topic you want to teach them is something they've heard about in the market? English language teachers, we want to teach comprehension, and that comprehension is about commotion on the road. Commotion on the road. What do you think can serve as your entry behavior? The passage is commotion on the road. What do you think can serve as entry behavior that you can use as your introduction?
You need to ask the children if they witnessed any accident or any where someone is fighting.
Thank you very much.
There will be any junction in Lagos, like I won't been to any junction where you cannot move forward, you cannot reverse, everywhere is just
Good. So your entry behavior here will be the student might have seen a situation on the road or motor park or in the market where people are running for their dear lives. That's your entry behavior. Now we want to use that as introduction. You are now in the class. Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Now, how many of you have witnessed a scene where people are running for their dear life? You see different hands. Where is your home? My home is in the market. My home is in the church. In fact, that day, immediately we finished on church, we just discovered that people are just running. What happened? They said one robber came to steal something. My own is when there was fire disaster in my neighbor's house. Different. That is good. So our comprehension passage today is on promotion. Already they know what we want to talk about. They have a mental picture of what the lesson is going to be. Even though they have not read the passage, but they know when we say promotion now, like the one I saw that day, yes, and they'll be looking forward to that, the various features of promotion. They will concentrate. So this shows that entry behavior can be used as promotion. Entry behavior is not previous topic. Previous topic and previous knowledge, they are not the same. Previous knowledge, entry behavior, they are the same. And it means what they already know that can aid understanding of the. So now we have introduced our lesson. Next thing now is to present the lesson. To present the lesson. How do you present your lesson? It must be logical. And for you to have a delivery that is logical, you must have good mastery of the subject matter. Good mastery of teachers are in trouble in this generation. You know why? There's something on to teach them that is not in YouTube. It's there, literacy, everything is there. And there's nothing Google doesn't know. What you don't know, Google knows it. And here you are. You go to class with very big textbook to read. So in those days, our teacher used to intimidate us with all those books, and they would never release it to anybody. They wouldn't want you to know the source of their knowledge. But today we can't hide the source again. Are we not in trouble?
Yeah.
So the only thing that we say was is to be aware. Be an authority figure, a master in your area, an authority in your area. So that when you are sleeping, they ask you questions in that area, authoritatively you will say it. And what does that imply? You must remain student for life. You remain student for life. You keep reading. You remain student for life. Because as you are struggling to master one, a new discovery has just been released. And here you are talking of something that was released last week. A new one has been released this morning, and you want to impress your student. Last week, before that, he said, Auntie, no, that one is obsolete. You have another one just this morning. The respect for you will come down. It will reduce. So, remain student for life. Every jumps you see, there will always be one or two things to lack of them. Every jumps, there will be one or two things to lack of them. As a teacher, that's the way I comport myself. I read anything I see, and I will bring out something from there to teach my students. And when they see that you are current, they will not see that you are relevant. The day they discover you are no longer